Hello, the topic of today's lesson is to identify area and perimeter of rectilinear shapes. So when we're looking at area of such complex shapes, we need to take a step-by-step approach, meaning we break the area into smaller parts and solve them step by step, and then either subtract or add the parts together. For example, I'm on page 131 in our textbooks, and I am going to work on example number 3, these green shapes. Find the shaded area of each rectangle. Let's consider part A first. We have a rectangle that has an L shape. You can think of it as an L shape. Now, I invite you, in order to find an area, use subtraction. Subtraction as our strategy, subtraction. Meaning, let's first find the area of the parent shape, such as this, which is a beautiful rectangle, and then subtract the white part, and then subtract the white part. Kind of taking an imaginary scissors and cutting that piece out. So let's try step by step. Step 1, area large. So let's consider area of the large rectangle. Of course, we have the length, we have the width, and that is 10 by 12, easy peasy, gives us 120 inches squared. Let's circle this part. That was our step 1. I'm going to label it as our step 1. Trying to find a smaller pencil. So this is going to be our step 1. Now, part 2, let's consider the area of this cutout. Well, we do have, so let's get an area, I'll put it small. This is area large, this is area small. We do have a mixed number, no problem. Whole number times, so this is again our length, and this is again our width. Whole number 5, length is 5 times 4 3/4. This is where you get to use your multiplication of fractions, mixed numbers, and whole number skills we learned in the previous unit. So sometimes I'm going to write it out big. 5 times 4 3/4. This is how I prefer to multiply whole number by mixed number. I go step by step. Step 1, 5 times 4, that is 20. And step 2, 5 plus 5 times 3/4. So let's compute. 5 times 3/4 is 15/4. Let's simplify. 20 plus 15/4, and it is 20 plus 12 goes into 4 goes into 15, 3 3/4. So the area of the small piece is 23 3/4. I'm just going to label it here. 23 3/4, while the larger area is 120, of course, inches squared. So again, let's put this piece into circle. And that was our step 2, right? That was our step 2. And finally, I'm going to pick up a third color to do step 3. Step 3, we're going to use subtraction. We're going to take the large area and we're going to subtract the smaller area. So it is, so area of this shape is 120 minus 23 3/4 gives us area of 96 1/4 inches squared. We are done. I'm going to highlight it. Try to highlight it with the same color. There we go. This is the final answer for 2A. Look at how much writing we had to do. But just to go over the steps, again, we're first finding out the area of the parent shape. The area of the parent shape. I can highlight this entire piece like that. And that was 10 by 12, which is 120. And then we found the area of this smaller shape like this. And that was 23 3/4 inches squared. And then finally, we used subtraction to find the L shape, the green part. Now, let's switch to B. B, we're going to take a look at the similar strategy. The only thing, we do have additional steps. So the strategy for part B is, again, we have a cutout. Which we would like to consider. We have this piece in the middle, right? And we only need to find the green part. Well, as we see, the piece in the middle has two parts, right? It has two parts. So let's consider that. Let's break it into two steps, right? Into two parts. Actually, like that, right? Let's break it into these two rectangular shapes. It would be nice to have a straight pencil like that. So let's go. Let's find the area of the cutout, the piece that's inside. Well, we do have a length of 3. It came from here. We have a width of 3, came from here. Therefore, this is 9 square feet. And the red rectangle is 3. That is from over here by 5, as we can see, and that is 15. So all we need to do is step 1. Again, we're going to break it into steps, individual steps. Step 1, find, I'm going to erase this word so I can clear up more space for myself. So step 1, find area of the entire shape. And I'm talking about this rectangle, this entire rectangle. Let's find the area of this shape. And we do have a 10 by 13. So the area of the large shape is equal to 13 times 10 gives us 130, of course, feet squared. Now we need to subtract the part that's in the middle. So we have to subtract the cutouts, right? And that's your 9 plus 15. Altogether, we need to cut out 24 square feet. And as a result, the area with a cut in the middle, gives us 106 inches squared. Let's put it in a circle. That is our answer. I hope you found this lesson useful, the step-by-step approach using subtraction as your strategy.